Hello, welcome. I'm Hannah. I'm a little sick and sunburned, so if you notice those two things, I noticed them too. The video we're going to be doing today feels very old school, and I'm excited about that. If you were watching YouTube back in the day, if it wasn't a drugstore lip swatch video, it was probably a recreation of a celebrity makeup look, and that's what I want to do today. When I saw the video for Used to Be Young by Miley Cyrus, I really liked her eye makeup. I've been interested more in technique recently than in just like the constant influx of new products, and the way that her makeup is done is something that I haven't tried before and I'm excited to try. I also really like the song. I recommend it. I've always been a big fan of Miley Cyrus. She was young and wild. I was young and wild, and I feel like the new song is very like self-compassionate about who you used to be, and I'm into it. I'll probably pop up a picture of what I'm talking about with her makeup. I do remember back in the day though, they would always have like the picture that they were recreating in the thumbnail but not in the video. I'll have to assess if I think it's a problem, but the gist of the look is that it's very neutral, very toned down, but it has like a pop of blue shimmer, kind of messily in the inner corner. Like it's not just like a pinpoint in there, but it's like a little bit on the lid, a little bit like in that crevice there, and I think it looks very doable. So I pulled out a couple shadows. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do. I couldn't find a picture of her makeup that's not a screenshot that I took from the music video, but from the music video it looks like a bunch of mattes on her lid that are pretty much neutral, maybe leaning rosy a little bit, and I could imagine myself kind of piling all of these mattes on my lid to kind of get that gist. So let me swatch out what I have. I have Chic Happens from ColourPop. This one I just featured in a recent video about a makeup look that I've been doing a lot recently. And this one is a little bit cooler than what I was really looking for, but I felt like this could add some like contours to my crease if I want to go that route. I also grabbed Labyrinth from ColourPop. This one is like a pinky-ish transition, but it's like a very neutral pink. Also from ColourPop, I have Freckles. This one has Pan in it because this was like my crease deepening shade for years. But you can see that one's a little bit more of like a peanut buttery shade. I have Everything from Luxie, which is a crease color that I go for a lot. It's just a good light neutral for me. And the last of the mattes is Snoot from Menagerie. This one's very powdery, so I do get a little worried about it, but I feel like it'll go well blending all over the lid. It looks a little bit more pink than Labyrinth. And for the shimmer, I'm pretty confident that this one's going to do the job. This is Twinkle Toots from Divina. I love this shadow, and it's kind of funny because I've always thought of it as being very much like a color, like a lid color, a statement color, and in a recent video that I don't think will have gone up yet at this point, I don't know, I was comparing this to other similar shadows, and I realized it's very similar to other shades that I think of as working for my inner corner. So we are going to kind of test this out today. I think this shade's good too because it doesn't have much of a base, and I feel like if I'm putting color in my inner corner, I don't want to have like a harsh line of demarcation around that section, and I think this one will like get the job done very well. Okay, I have eye primer on, ready to dig in. Upon closer inspection of my screenshots, I feel like her crease is quite defined. So I think I'm gonna try to like carry a similar color to like the upper crease as the lid, but go a little bit more in on the crease. I'm gonna start with Luxie Everything, and I'm probably just gonna end up putting this all over. These Luxie mattes are my favorite too, just because they blend so seamlessly, so I feel like it works well for like a first shade, because I know it will blend into my skin, which is what you want a transition shade to do. My cat is causing chaos by my feet. This is beautiful all over. Imagine I just go become a matte girly. Imagine. Yeah, it's funny, looking at this now, I'm like, I might need less shades than I thought, because this is like working pretty well. Okay, let's next go in with Snoot and see what happens. I'm gonna start this on the lid just because it is so powdery. I don't really want to mess up the transition of the transition. So we're gonna start lower and go up with this. Pretty. Yeah, we could see the difference here. This added like a little bit more kind of color to the eyes. I think that Luxie Everything is very much like a building block, and this is like, I don't know, a little more of a color. I'm gonna take a clean brush just to blend around the edges. I want to make sure this stays pretty like skin-like. I'm already like not crazy about what's happening here. I think it's just my own coloring in that area, and it always bothers me when I have shadows in there, but I think I'm just gonna make sure I stay blended, and I'll probably finish with like a skin tone matte in that brow bone area to kind of cover up any skin tone discoloration that's poking through. I might also end up even going higher with everything, come to think of it. I feel like I have a lot of real estate here, and because these mattes are so neutral, I feel like I can. Maybe I'll wait on that though. I'm gonna use Freckles, which is the deepest of the mattes that I pulled, and I'm going to try to like define my crease a little bit with that. Maybe I'll use a smaller brush. Yeah, usually I just do everything with my transition brush, my Sigma E25, but I think I'm just gonna go in with this really old, small brush. Yeah, again, I'm gonna go back and blend the lid because I'm not keeping this exactly only where I want it, but I am just adding a little bit more depth right there. I think I did take this eye too far out with the depth. It seems like hers kind of like is most concentrated in the center and it's blended out by the end. I'm gonna use my big blender again. Okay, I'm liking how that's looking. Yeah, I almost thought for a second that my eyelids look too light now, but I'm like, no, it's literally just because I made the crease darker. I think it looks nice. Yeah, maybe I won't need my other couple colors after all, because I think that looks pretty good. I will, as I said, go back in with everything using this fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna go like a little bit higher in my crease with it. All right, I don't know what's going on right here. Just gonna blame it on my skin. Okay, so for the inner corner section, I could have done this a couple different ways. I could have laid down a matte, I could have laid down this shimmer to start with to kind of like map out the area. I think I'm just gonna kind of go over it and see what happens. I think I'm gonna start with a brush and try to like get it on the section there, and if it's not popping enough over the mattes, I could also go in with my finger. I could also spray my brush if I wanted to. If I really felt like I needed to, I could add white, but I just think that if I carved out that section, if I like blanked it out, it would be harsher than I want it to. And I think something that's kind of charming about this makeup is it doesn't look so perfectly precise, could only be done by a makeup artist. It looks like approachable, and maybe she just like dabbed on some blue in her inner corners. So the Golden Bachelor is coming out in September, and I'm so excited for it. This is just going to be a little interlude, okay? I am such a Bachelor head. Most of the leads that they've had recently aren't like my favorite like characters, like people on the show, but the Golden Bachelor seems so sweet and endearing, and I love his backstory, and I love the little clips of him like bantering with his family and everything. And they just announced all of the contestants that are going to be on it, and they're so wonderful and lovely and heartwarming also. And I commented on the post saying, find them all husbands, because like I'm sad about the fact that this is like an exploitative reality show and they're going to be leaving crushed, and like the good TV is the fact that they're all like crying in limos. But the Golden Bachelor ABC page liked my comment, so I'm fangirling. Okay, Twinkle Toots. I'm gonna use this Real Techniques brush. This is the shader brush that I've had forever, and see how it picks up and goes on. I'm gonna try to play it by ear with the placement too. I'm a little bit nervous because I feel like this could very quickly become a placement that I don't think looks good on me, and I'm willing to tweak the look a little bit to make it work on my face. I think that's more true to the look than copying something exactly on features that aren't exactly like mine, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna start a little bit more on the lid and work my way out. I think that's what I need to do because I'm scared. So it is picking up nicely on the brush. This is a shadow that I love, and I'm excited to wear it more. Okay, cute. I'm glad I'm doing this before my makeup because I'm definitely getting a little bit of fallout, but I do expect that when I'm just going on a dry brush with the shimmer. I'm wondering if there's something I need to do to make this like line in between look less harsh, but I think that is kind of what hers looks like. Or maybe also her shimmer is less shimmery, so the two colors that she has kind of melds together better. I don't know. I think this might be fine for like a little outline. And I think I probably will end up wetting the brush just because I'm nervous that my finger won't be precise enough. Oh, I think it looks better on this side, right? I'm going to try to go a little bit more with it. Okay, I need to just wet the brush. I need to just wet it. I haven't done this in forever, so I'm picking up a little bit more on my brush. And I'm going to spray it with setting spray. Okay. I don't know if enough got on the bristles. I think this was the perfect color for me. Cute. Okay. Cute. I'm going to try to dip the non-wet side of the brush back in it for the other side. I remember in my youth not understanding what people meant when they were talking about going in with a wet brush. I mean, unless this is wrong too, and I'm still confused, but I remember wetting my brush and then I went into a matte shadow. It was, in fact, the matte pink from the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. And that shadow has never been the same again. And I've been nervous about wetting shadows ever since. And now I'm very careful. Okay, I think that's good for now. I also generally don't do my inner corner until after I do my foundation. But I kind of did because it was kind of part of the look, but I think I will end up adding some more of this shimmer in after I finish my base. So I'm going to do that. Okay, I quickly just applied my primer and my foundation and my concealer off camera. I just did it in the other video the other day and I use the same thing. I use the same thing all the time. I'm going to do brows next. And looking at her picture, my first thought is that her brows are quite dark, but I think the thing is that she has similar coloring to me, and her hair is bleach blonde. So in contrast, her eyebrows look more dark. In reality, they're probably the color that my hair is now. I have my e.l.f. little bite-sized brow that I love. This one I'm almost finished with, and I have like 6 replacements for when that happens, but I pretty much have run out of my lighter color and I just have my darker color still, so it kind of works out. I'm just gonna use the darker one. Might be a little bit harsher on me than usual, but it might be like, you know, a fraction of that contrast that she has between her hair color and her eyebrow color, even though the eyebrow color is probably the same color as my hair color. Brow fallout is the worst. Cool. That feels way darker than I normally do, but I guess that's just the normal color of my outer half, and my inner half, where maybe it kind of like counts more for how I interpret my face, is usually lighter. Okay, cute. The brows feel good. I actually forgot to powder my under eyes, so I'm going to do that now, and I'll also sweep off my brow fallout if I can. And also because I'm sunburned, I'm going to powder here too. I forgot to kind of take special attention putting my foundation over there because usually I don't have to even out my skin tone so much. But today I do because you'll see the harsh red peeking out if I don't. Okay, so for her cheeks, it doesn't look like she has blush on. You know what I would like? I would like a blush that's similar to my skin tone and just has like a little bit of like a glow to it, or like a little bit of like browniness to it. I know there's been a lot of very valid critiques about the Kaleidos blushes that just came out, but my first impression when I saw them was like, maybe they would be that for me. But it's funny because like the 2 videos I watched, I don't think either of them were a match for my skin tone, but you couldn't see the blushes at all. And I feel like I feel like those could be what I was looking for if they were like a touch more pigmented, but it seems like the way that they're pigmented, they just like don't work for anyone. But if you know of another blush that does that, or if you are similar to my skin tone and you've tried those and they are what I'm describing, let me know, because I'd like that. And if I had something like that, I'd wear it. I think I am just gonna go in with my Rare Beauty contour stick, because she definitely has a contour going on. It just feels wrong to contour and not put anything on my cheeks. Like, I feel like my cheeks are too light. And also, the messiness of my contour kind of relies on having something else to blend it into. But I just feel like my blushes are either like too peachy or just too pigmented or too pink. Okay, actually I do have this Hourglass palette, and in here I have another bronzer. So maybe I will just kind of apply that on my cheeks like a blush. I'm deciding if I should use my blush brush or my bronzer brush, but I think my blush brush might have cross-contamination on it. So we'll just go in with this, and I'm going to try to go very light. Kind of trying to blend it into the contour, but also bring it a little bit higher to give my cheeks some color. And might as well do the forehead too. Ooh, that felt a little dark. Might have to go back over with my powder. I'm just going to take the powder brush again. And I'm kind of using it to blend also. Nothing too crazy, just around the edges. Okay. Oh, highlight. Also feels weird to highlight without having blush on, but I think the most natural thing that I have is this Merit highlighter. I mentioned in the video that I posted with the signature look that I have 3 liquid/cream highlights that I've been kind of alternating through when I've been doing more of a cream cheek. And when I used the Lisa Eldridge in that video, it like pulled up the foundation on my nose, and I know that my Fenty one that I have pulls up the foundation on my nose, and I'm pretty sure that this Merit one is the only one that doesn't. Also, I like this one because it doesn't have that much of a base pigment, and it kind of is more of like a glow, like a shine, than like a sparkle, you know? This was gifted by them, by the way. The only thing in this video that was. So for this, I like to kind of warm it up on my finger and tap it on. Very subtle, but that is what I want, because I think without having like a full blush look, anything more than subtle would be like too jarring. And let's see how it works on my nose. My nose is actually kind of in bad condition right now because of the sunburn, so hopefully I don't not demonstrate what I was just saying. All right, that looks pretty good to me. A little bit of my Cupid bow. Cool. Okay, back to the eyes. I can't tell if she has anything on her lower lash line, but I think that's like a tweak that I need for my face. I think I need like a little something on my lower lash line. It could just be like I'm not used to seeing myself like that kind of thing. Like, I remember when I stopped wearing winged eyeliner, I was like, I look so bad without winged eyeliner, and now I can't imagine going back to it all the time. So I'm just gonna take a little pencil brush, trying to get the powder off of it, but it's all in the same color family, so it's okay. And I think I'm just gonna use Luxie Everything, the lightest of them, to just add like a little bit of dimension down there. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's what I needed. I think if I went too much, it wouldn't be true to the look, but if I did nothing, it wouldn't be true to me. Cool. Okay, and let's look at Twinkle Toots one last time. I think my neighbors are blasting music. I definitely like this eye more than this eye, but I think we need to find a kind of middle ground. So I'm taking a clean pencil brush. Okay, I think that's pretty much good. And then I'm just gonna do what I mentioned before. I have I was gonna say matte, but it's kind of like a sequin shadow that's close to my skin tone. I like that it has that little bit of sequinness to it. I feel like it's just kind of, I don't know, kind of pretty. Because this also used to be an area that I would always like actually highlight, so it doesn't bother me to have like a little bit of light reflection in that section. I think it looks so nice when I do that. I don't even know if like the difference is like tangible, but I think it looks so nice. This eye I'm just kind of trying to go a little bit more because I feel like it looks a little messy in the crevice here. But even if it's not perfect, which it won't be, that's okay with me because no one perceives me from that close up. And it's fine. I can't tell what's going on with her eyeliner, but I can tell it's not dark. I can also tell it's not statement. If I was like coming up with this look on my own, I could imagine reaching for my blue eyeliner from the old House Labs that I really like because it does kind of tie in with the Twinkle Toot shade. But I think I'm actually just going to leave nothing on my waterline because I don't have like a perfect nude waterline and I don't want to add an extra element. I don't want to kind of close off my eyes with something that might be too deep. But she does have nice black lashes that you can kind of see boldly because it's such a contrast with her lid underneath. And also they do look like natural lashes. I feel like you can really never know, but they're definitely not statement lashes. So that's cool. I like natural lashes. I mean, I would be doing natural lashes no matter what, but that's cool that it looks like in her music video she's not wearing falsies. Okay, just tight lined. I feel like this is good to show the difference too. I feel like tight lining is such like a small thing to do, but it makes your mascara look more bold. It kind of just makes your lash line look darker. I don't leave home without it. Okay, and then I'm just going to use my Thrive Cosmetics, the liquid lash or whatever, the lash extension one, you know. Cute. Okay, the only thing that we're missing, I just missed putting my mascara back in the tube and I put it on my finger. The only thing that we're missing is the lips. So in the picture, it looks like her lip color is pretty close to her eyeshadow color. Maybe mine went a little bit more pinky or a little bit more orangey. Sometimes colors are just like a circle to me. I feel like I need a lip that's a little bit more brown than I normally go to, and I have a contender in mind. This is the contender. This is the Give Beauty Lovable Me, and I really like this color, but I do think it's like a little bit on the brown side of my ideal lip color. Let's see how it looks next to the matte swatches. Oh yeah, that fits in the family, right? Yeah, I'm going with this. I think it's gonna look good. Oh, interesting. I was thinking this was going to look lighter. I think her lips look lighter, but I don't think I really have anything lighter. The only thing I could think of is I could add a little bit of like a brown gloss to this. I have this KVD gloss in Camilla. This one, it smells like butterscotch and I love it. I love butterscotch pudding. Yeah, you could see it's like a little bit more of like a tan. Let's do like a thin layer. I might have to dab it off, but maybe it'll kind of give me the lightness that I'm looking for. Okay, I put it on very sparingly, but I like it. I think this is the look. Yeah. You know, in the video, she's wearing the shirt that has like, it's like a ringer tee, so it has like the black around the top of the white shirt. I didn't have that, but I have this white around the top of the black shirt, so we're doing that. I have my hair natural, hers looks natural, so I think this is the best I could do. Wow, wow, wow. I really do like this finished look. I feel like if this was a technique that I was doing all the time, I would definitely improve on it, and I feel like it would get a little bit less sloppy, but it makes sense that the first time you try something new, it's not going to be 100% perfect, and that's just the way it is, you know? But it is fun because I never put a matte all over my lid and just leave it like this. And I really like the tones of a lot of my transition shades. So to utilize them in this different way is just like really fun. And I feel like I could imagine this look without the sparkle in the center kind of like taking up the stage. And that feels very different for me. I've always been a big sparkle girl all the way. And I feel like if I was doing this last year, I would finish filming and then smear the shimmer over the rest of my lid. But it's funny that I'm thinking of it the opposite way and I'm imagining it with like less shimmer. Wouldn't this be pretty with like UV from Cleona, the like iridescent purple just like in the inner corner and maybe like dragged out along the outline of this? Stuff like that. I could see it. That's cool. And I'm happy I did this because it's reminding me to look at my makeup different ways and play with my makeup different ways and stay open-minded. And because of that, I came up with a look that I like, and maybe I will try to improve on it, add it to the rotation a little bit, or even just add this recipe to the rotation in one way or another. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you like this. Let me know if you like the new song from Miley Cyrus. Let me know if you're excited for the Golden Bachelor. Let me know whatever it is. If you enjoyed this, I hope you'll give me a thumbs up and subscribe. It really means a lot to me, and there's always way more makeup content on the way. Maybe more content like this also if you guys like it. So thank you so much for being here. Bye.